Shut up and sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I start the show because I know how much you've been enjoying it as of late. I mean, honestly, it might just start opening every show just to keep you all happy. Now, shut up and sit down because I'm talking. Tonight is the final night before Final Conflict, and likely the final night on my show for Alex Wilson. Hope you've enjoyed your time, because the match as big as that at the pay-per-view, I don't see you surviving it. Speaking of the Wolfpack, or what's left of them, I didn't appreciate your little ambush on Max Danger last week, and therefore you will be fined £50,000 with a promise of further actions if this problem continues. And as for you, Max, like I told Albright last week, I put my faith in you. You more than Albright, because I chose you to lead the new era of WIW, so I do hope that last week was just a fluke and you don't intend to let me down once again. Blake, you know I can't thank you enough for the chance that you have given me, but you need to trust me when I say I will not let you down. I am a multiple-time world champion all across the globe. I know what it takes to lead a show, and I intend to do just that. Last week was a match I had little interest for, but let me assure you that that result will never happen again. I will hold this world title for a long time, and I don't intend on letting anyone stop me. Of course I trust you, Max. I wouldn't have let you cash in if I didn't. But last week was an embarrassing defeat to a half-broken man apart from his half-broken team. So you better not let that happen again. I do believe in you, Max, and I know for a fact that you will exceed your father's legacy and become a greater champion than he could ever be. You have that killer instinct your father never had, and I have all the faith in the world that you will become. Oh, well, wasn't that sweet? Stupid, but sweet. You put your whole company in the hands of an unproven child, whereas I have proven on multiple occasions I am destined for greatness. But yet you shoved me under the carpet for all this time, and it's time for me to make some more history. I was the first ever Money in the Bank participant, and I will be the first man to qualify for this Elimination Chamber match, and at Lockdown, I will win my first title. Well, Wilson, I admire your persistence as much as I question your tactics, but if you want to prove yourself so badly, well, why don't we start the show right now with you and Max right now. Now, let's get a referee out here and let's start this match. Well, I guess we're not wasting any time tonight, jumping straight into action here today. Wilson Woodward coming out here to call out the champion for a match, and it looks like he's going to get what he wants. And Max Danger not wasting any time here to just go straight at Woodward. But Woodward, blocks that attempted suplex and hits with the neck breaker instead. And the GM just watching it ringside. He's made it clear he's put a lot of stock in our new World Heavyweight Champion, and so far he hasn't quite lived up to the hype. Max came out the gate strong, but Wilson Woodward with an answer to him. And Woodward has been waiting for his chance, waiting for his opportunity, and he's got bored of waiting, and now he's starting to try and take some opportunities of his own. But he's picked a big fight. He's up against the new world champion with a point to prove. Ducks under that clothesline, gets sent over the top rope and back into the ring. He's going to go for the cover off of that, and way too early to even get a 1 count there. And Wilson Woodward, we know, is a tough fighter, quite a man proud of what he participates in. A very tough fighter, of course, the first man to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Unfortunately for him, just couldn't get the job done. Oh, look at that! Beautiful move there from Max Danger, the World Heavyweight Champion. And of course, Max Danger, as we saw last week, on his first night as champion here on Friday Fight Night, was unable to beat David of the Wolfpack. Tonight, he gets a second chance of redemption here as he takes on Wilson Woodward. And as you can see, Blake is eagerly watching over there, just making sure that his new protege actually is getting the job done. Massive spine buster there from Wilson Woodward. And he's doing very well out the gate here. Well, clearly no ring rust from the lack of matches that Wilson Woodward is receiving. And we know Wilson Woodward is a top-tier fighter, and he's proving that here tonight. He didn't want to waste the opportunity when it came to him. And the WIW Heavyweight Champion on his heels right now, but he rolls out of harm's way for a second, but only just to be grabbed one more time by Wilson Woodward, and who tried to get a hold of him here, but able to break out. And the GM just watching on. He's put a lot of faith in Max Danger, and hoping that that isn't going to waste big suplex. And Max Danger, of course, missed the Money in the Bank, now WIW Champion, into the cover. Only a 1 count. Cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase at Hellfire after the opportunity arose to him after the GM put King Sam, dropped him off a ladder onto another ladder, through a table, and then finish it off with his own little finisher as well, which we haven't seen since back in the days when he was wrestling. And now look at this. He's going top rope here. High risk, high reward. But will it pay off? Woodward's in a bit of trouble here. Look at this. Superplex off the top rope. And look at this. Following through as well. Oh, what a beautiful move there. What a nice sequence from the World Heavyweight Champion. And into the cover again. This time he gets a 2 count. And Woodward starting to slow down again, but not giving up, that is for sure. Spins him round. Looking for a suplex. And connects there. Does well to hold on to the shorts there and lift him over. And Woodward refusing to give in here to the World Heavyweight Champion. Not afraid to go toe-to-toe with the World Champion. That's what you've got to do. You need to be one of those guys who take your opportunities when they come. And that's exactly what Woodward's doing here tonight. And he's looking impressive so far. Very well indeed. Now up on the shoulders. There's a gutbuster. And Wilson Woodward really showing out here to start off. There's a Northern Light suplex, and he's going to bridge into the cover, and Max kicks out at 1. Oh, but look at this. The GM. The GM's getting himself involved, and that's just unnecessary. As a swinging neck breaker connects. And that set up Max perfectly there. Off the distraction for the super kick. No, Wilson Woodward dodges. He dodges and into a back breaker. And right when we thought the general manager had just set up Woodward to take the loss here, he's managed to recover it. And now Max Danger looking to fly and a knee across the jaw. Well, the super kick doesn't connect. Because Woodward is having the night of his life right now. He's having a fantastic match. And the World Heavyweight Champion is having to go back to the drawing board because everything he's trying is not paying off right now. But Blake Austin has helped keep him in this match here, actually distracting Wilson Woodward. And right when you think he isn't going to stoop any lower than what he's done, he does it. Eagle eye to Wilson Woodward. But look at that. Wilson Woodward just shakes it off. Straight back to his feet. And straight back on the prowl. Trying to wrap this one up himself. And Woodward playing to the crowd. Not exactly a fan favourite, but they have to respect the hustle that he's showing out here tonight. 2 big clotheslines and 1 more to follow through. And look at Woodward looking confident now. Starting to feel that there is a possibility he's walking out the winner here against the world champion. Oh, look at that. Beautiful move there. And all of a sudden, look at this. The referee being spoken to by the GM. Oh, look at that. Went for the kick. Oh, what a beautiful move there by Max Danger. And now dragged to the middle of the ring. And what's Blake doing? What's Blake doing? Oh, he wants to get in a chair there. But he doesn't need it because the Max Lock's applied. Max Lock is applied. Wilson Woodward in the middle of the ring. He put up a great effort. But he taps out to the Max Lock. And Max Danger wins. And they thought about using the chair there, but the match is over. He didn't need it. Max Danger. Huge win in the end. Wilson Woodward put up a fantastic fight. But it was always going to end up in Max Danger's favour. But then again, he probably didn't deserve to. A lot of distractions from Blake Austin to help give him the win. But in the end, it was the Max Lock that did the trick. And the World Heavyweight Champion stands tall here tonight. Oh, wait a minute, look. It's Alex Wilson. Alex Wilson, what's he doing out here? Oh, look at this, the GM trying to make the save, but Alex Wilson too focused on the World Heavyweight Champion. I think Max Danger just told him to back off there, almost to say he got this. And Blake just watching on to see what's happening here. Is Blake going to get involved, or is Max Danger okay to just do this himself? The referee's already left the ring. He has no interest in getting himself involved here. And look at Alex Wilson toying with the World Heavyweight Champion, daring him to strike at him. And he's dazed, he's hurt, he's just had a big match. And look at this. The general manager trying to reason with Wilson, but Wilson just making a mockery here of the WIW Heavyweight Champion. And look at Blake, he is not happy with what's going on. He doesn't know why Wilson Woodward's out here. He's supposed to be in tonight's main event. Instead, he's out here making fun of the champion. Then Wilson Woodward. I don't know. Wilson Woodward put up a great fight, but it looks like Alex Wilson trying to finish off the job here. Just a series of kicks, and Max Danger keeps falling for the same old trick. And look at the GM. He is not impressed. He wanted the world champion to come out here and look strong, and yet he's making himself look silly here. But he finally connects and takes him out in the barricade. Well, Max Danger, clearly a wanted man, and he leaves the ring. He's not going to waste any more time out here, and the GM just making sure that he leaves without any other attacks. Well, it looks like the Wolfpack are on Max Danger's hit list, but the question is, are they gunning for the World Championship, or is this just warning shots for when King Sam inevitably returns to in-ring action whenever that might be? We won't know, but it is time to move on down the rest of the card. Well, after receiving that beat down, Harry Austin's now not going to be at ringside to support his tag team partner here tonight, who's scheduled to go one-on-one with Big Boss in in-ring action here tonight, and he is coming out first by himself, not with the Death Ninja, the other Death Ninja that is Harry. He just got beaten down backstage by Bruiser Brad, and now Def Lordicus won't have anyone by his side at ringside, and you know that Big Boss and Bruiser Brad probably have a plan to dispose of Def Lordicus, but as we've seen in the past, Def Lordicus does not back down from these two. Remember, Def Lordicus, they believe, is the reason why they suffer these defeats in the first place. Def Lordicus has been proving a tough task for the Blood Brothers, and they reckon that he is the sole reason why they have been losing their matches to the Death Ninjas. And tonight, Def Lordicus could either prove their point further, or the Blood Brothers could make a point of their own and make their own statement by taking out Def Lordicus here tonight. But Def Lordicus, of course, has probably got the thought of his tag team partner being beaten down at the back of his mind. Of course, he was already gearing up for in-ring action, so he didn't know what to expect. A horrid reaction from Big Boss and Bruiser Brad, the Blood Brothers, who make their way down to the ring. It's Big Boss in in-ring action tonight, but Brad getting a little taste of the action himself. Harry tried to fight back against them, but there was nothing he could do to avoid the onslaught that came from Bruiser Brad. And now Big Boss left literally the Def Lordicus by himself. No other participants. He'll even have Bruiser Brad in his corner as an extra gunman, like extra firepower. But the Blood Brothers have Def Lordicus down to himself. They've already beaten down Harry. They're trying to get the edge before their match at Final Conflict. Remember, these two teams will be an elimination tornado tag team match at the pay-per-view. And now they'll try anything to get themselves ahead in this one. And away we go. And Def Lordicus straight away bringing the fight to them. He's not going to back down. That's typical Def Lordicus fashion right there. Bringing all the big shots in. Trying to get the upper hand. And look at this. He's flying out here and maybe thinking split-legged moonsault. Oh, no. No, not the moonsault. He's gone top rope here. What's he thinking? Def Lordicus. Oh, and a massive leg drop. A huge cheer from the crowd there. Oh, but look at this already. Already Bruiser Brad in trouble and going to take advantage of the fact that he's by himself, and the Death Ninjas split in two for tonight. And it looks like Big Boss and Bruiser Brad going to try and take full advantage here. But Def Lordicus refusing to back down to the big task that he sees ahead of them. Def Lordicus, we know, a tough fighter, but a very unique fighter as well. His unique style of wrestling, his appearance, everything about him is unique. And that makes him so hard to predict what's going to happen against him. He can bring out any move on any given night, and he could stun the world. And he has been doing that for the last couple of weeks against the Blood Brothers, who've been struggling to beat them in tag team victory. In singles victory, though, they have been successful. They've beaten Def Lordicus separately, and they've beaten Harry separately. And this week they get a chance to beat them both down after taking full advantage of Harry being left backstage. It was Harry who kind of started that attack, though, and Harry kind of paid the price for it, but I feel like Bruiser Brad was trying to provoke him into starting it so that he could come across as justified. And the crowd not really getting behind Big Boss here, as you can understand. He hasn't exactly been a family-friendly guy for them, because he's just been beating down two of the most popular people in the tag team division. And look at that, there's a backstabber from Def Lordicus. And trying to fight back here. Irish whip to the corner. Def Lordicus doing all he can to keep up here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's taking out the ref with the splash in the corner. And oh, dear. Big Boss going to take full advantage of that opportunity. Oh, there's a chair. Bruiser Brad gives him a chair, and the chair is used to help take down Def Lordicus. And Def Lordicus now on the back burner as that big chair shot comes in. And the crowd starting to get hyped for these two. But look at this! Def Lordicus just shrugging him off. Still fighting on, refusing to give in right now. Both of these two going hammer and tongs trying to get this one done. But who can actually get the job done? We'll have to find out. But we're going to take a quick break and come back. So be sure not to go anywhere. Dormus, the new fragrance by Dormus. Welcome back. Just before the break, you saw Deflordicus slightly starting to take control, but beaten down by the Blood Brothers, who used the chair to help get the momentum. And look at that, Deflordicus was thinking split-legged moonsault, but Big Boss had other ideas. And now Big Boss charging up to put away Deflordicus, looking for the boss kick, stomping down that 600-pound onto the apron, and does that put it away? The Def Ninjas to get the win. No, it hasn't. 2.5 count, and Deflordicus survives for now. He holds on for the second, and Big Boss and Bruiser Brad probably enjoying this because they get the chance to just take down him. But look at this, he's taunting them. Deflordicus is bringing it to them, and he is taunting them straight back, not letting them keep the control and get the upper hand in this match. And now to the corner again, going to try and set up for the split-legged moonsault again. He sets it up. Can he connect? Split-legged moonsault. Split-legged moonsault. Oh, but look at this. Big Boss with the power, just shrugging it off. Not for a second letting him have the control in this one. And Big Boss now going to drop the big fist. Well, the control is with the Blood Brothers right now, but we've seen this before in their tag team encounters. It doesn't necessarily mean they're about to walk out the victors in the match. That is for sure. No, beating him onto the ropes, hanging him off the top row there, couldn't even get him in position on the middle rope. And now what's he thinking? Oh, and a beautiful, nice little hip attack there, and taunting it out for style as well. And now ready to wrap this one up, looking to line him up for the mandible claw. Oh, but Big Boss says no. Lands a little mini attitude adjustment of his own. And now the big strike from him and a spear, which is countered. Deflordicus refuses to let Big Boss take control of this matchup. And he was trying to get himself in the corner again for a split-legged moonsault. Wasn't allowed to happen, in a running neck breaker from the 600-pounder. And needs to start using his weight a bit more, and that is what Bruiser Brad's been teaching him as of late. As they've been working together, they've been using that weight a bit more, using the strength, the natural strength that he has because of that weight advantage. Of course, he hasn't been using that a lot. Of course, he favours the super kick, but it has been proven to be pretty effective in the past. Of course, it was Big Boss that put Chris Danger on the shelf and has still been on the shelf for all this time. So clearly he has the power, he has the damage potential to wrap this up, and he knows that. But right now, Deflordicus just proving to be too tough of a fight, and really fighting back here, but still met with the spear from the Big Boss. And that surely is enough to put away Deflordicus for the win. No! He kicked out again. And to Big Boss's disbelief, the Def Ninja that is Deflordicus kicks out again. But now, to wrap him up for good, this is surely the end of Deflordicus. Boss kick, no! He ducks the boss kick, but he's unable to capitalize on the space. And it's a belly to belly. And that could be a turning point. Deflordicus, he's managed to reverse the boss kick. He's turned the tide. Can he capitalize? But he's getting beaten down right now. He needs the space to do so, and Big Boss is not giving it to him. But Big Boss, you saw him holding his chest there. He is hurt. And now this could be the opening that Deflordicus needs to pull away. If he can get him in the corner. Oh no, he's ignoring the moonsault. He's going straight to the mandible claw. Mandible claw. Choking out Big Boss if he can, and slams him down onto the apron. Is that going to be enough to put away the Big Boss? 1, 2. No, he kicks out at 2.5. Deflordicus will not give up, but Big Boss finds his own counter to get back in this match. And now look at this. Oh, and a little bit of a low blow there, but that's not illegal, that move. And now Deflordicus trying to fight back, all of a sudden turning the tide. And right when the Big Boss thought he had this match won, Deflordicus with the fighting spirit, the heart of 1,000 men, trying to wrap this one up. And now has him in the corner, trying to set him up. This could be the end. Split-legged moonsault to Big Boss, and straight into the cover off of it. Into the cover. Has he done it? He's pulled off the upset. Once again, the Blood Brothers fall short to the Def Ninjas. And this time in singles action, Deflordicus picks up the win, and despite the cheating tactics with the chair shot and everything, Def Lordicus manages to pick up the win with the split-legged moonsault, and the crowd goes nuts for another big Def Ninjas victory. Well, Harry got taken out beforehand, but tonight Def Lordicus gets the job done in the ring. But building up to Final Conflict, who is going to walk out with this big tag team victory and gain some momentum in the tag team division? We don't know for sure, but we're going to have to find out at Final Conflict. It is time to move on though, so let's move on down the rest of the card. Dormus, the new fragrance by Dormus. Welcome back. Before the break, Violet made her way down to the ring, and look at this! Tashley on her way down to the ring is taken out and gets a taste of her own medicine here by Laura Stables, and the referee sending her away, but Tashley only got what she deserved. She's been doing that to Stables for weeks, and now she's going to have to compete after receiving that beatdown, and the referee's going to start the match. But he doesn't look happy there, the referee, with what just occurred, but match is going to get on the way, and now Violet is going to be dealing with an not fully 100% Tashley, at least. And look at this, still mocking her, still refusing to back down from anyone, and that's exactly what's earned her the right to be the #1 contender for the Fight Night Women's Championship, and she will be taking on Stables at Final Conflict. Well ducked there by Tashley, if you saw that on the Irish Whip. And now look at this, grabbing her by the throat, and a choking STO there by Tashley. And Tashley has made it very clear she doesn't care what face she wears at the pay-per-view at Final Conflict. She is ready to take the Fight Night Women's Championship she believes she owns and that she deserves. And of course, Stables trying her best to prove that she's not scared of the challenge that Tashley presents to her, and that at Final Conflict she's ready to take her on and put her down. But the question is, who's actually right? Who can get the job done when it matters? Because they've both hurt each other over the weeks. They've been trying their best to get the job done. Oh my god! And Tashley took a massive leap of faith. Couldn't quite get the job done, but able to style it out there with the head scissors and takes her down. And Tashley, oh look at that, the eye rake, and the referee just completely ignored it as if nothing had even happened. I swear the referee is blind sometimes, but he saw Laura Stables jump Tashley and she helped her get back into the ring. There's a senton. But look at Tashley, she's looking almost unfazed by it all. Well, of course, she's looking to become the second Fight Night Women's Champion in history, the third Women's Champion in WIW history, out of the trial era, of course, where Tiffany Abbott was the champ as well as Shannon. So we've had some big histories here in the women's division. But so far, since its return, we've had two champions, and that is Sandra Piper on the Mayhem brand and Laura Stables on the Fight Night brand. But the question is, can she become the third women's champion since the women's division's returned and capture the titles off the Sunset Flip? Violet gonna go for the cover, but she's only gonna get a 1 count. And she needs to take advantage here, Violet. She's been missing out on opportunities as of late. She had a #1 contendership match opportunity not too long ago, was unable to capitalize on it. I believe this was just before, or maybe just after Mind Games as a crucifix. And she was just unsuccessful, and since then she hasn't really had a chance to show what she can do, hasn't had much momentum on her side. But Tashley, with a world of momentum coming into this match, and Hurricane Rana there, and Laura Stables just trying to slow her down, send her a warning. And that wasn't even the dark side of Stables, that was the lighter side, showing that she's not ready. She's ready to turn up at that pay-per-view, but the question is, which face actually is going to turn up? What are we going to expect from that pay-per-view? But Tashley looks like she's ready to find out. She's going for the leg drop here. There it is. Beautiful move there from Tashley. And now drags her away from the ropes. Ready to put Violet away here with ease if she can. 2. No, it's only a 2. And I thought it was early days still. And Violet holds on. Well, Tashley, she knew she was going to have to do more than that, but it was definitely worth a try. She went for the leg drop early, and that put away the women's champion. Is that going to be enough to do it? No, it's not. That's only a 1 count from Violet. Both these women giving it their all here, trying to prove their worth here in the women's division. Tashley, of course, with a huge title opportunity of Final Conflict. She doesn't want to get too hurt if she can avoid it, but Stable's already getting the jump on her. And now look at this. Beating her down here in the ringside area. Oh, and there's the neck breaker. Neck snaps, excuse me. And now look at this. A counter by Violet, refusing to give in, and a massive clothesline takes her to the outside. And now screaming, trying to get herself hyped up here because she hasn't got off to the best of starts, but despite the fact she was given a helping hand to get going in this match. And of course, Tashley and Violet, quite decent friends actually. Of course, they've been working together for the first half of their careers as to date to take down Shannon and Jade, the opposing threats, who are also looking for contendership opportunities in the women's division. And of course, Isabella Vega and Jade Kotcher were the first 2 women to get a shot at the Fight Night Women's Championship following the 8-woman Battle Royal when Laura Stables became champion. So of course, these 2 women are going to be hungry for their title opportunities, and Tashley is the next one to step up to Stables, but the question is, can she get the job done? Massive shoulder tackle in the corner, setting up here for a super kick to the jaw. And not done with just one, she's going for another. And with a full head of steam, connects with the third one. Not much force behind them, but 3 big ones to the jaw. That's going to be enough to take most people down. And there's a neck snap for assurance that their head is hurt. And now Tashley might not have enough left in the tank here to deal with this. The Dragon Sleeper. The submission hold applied. Violet's got her in the ring. Tashley might have to tap. And she does. Violet takes advantage of what Laura Stables gives her. And Violet takes out Tashley and picks up a huge victory here tonight to develop her momentum a bit further forward. Well, Tashley, of course, not going to be happy that she comes out the loser of this. She got off to a good start, and I thought maybe the leg drop was going to do it, but in the end, it didn't get the job done, and the Dragon Sleeper did the trick following that super kick barrage in the corner. And Violet finally gets off the mark again and starting to try and prove herself here in the women's division. But Tashley not going to be happy about what just happened there. Can Tashley pull it back and win the Fight Night Women's Championship at Final Conflict, or will Laura Stables be able to retain no matter which face she brings down to the ring? We'll have to find out, but it is time to move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, the match we should have seen at the Final Conflict pay-per-view, but that was stopped in his tracks by SaLgames, who managed to defeat John Cutter last week, and now we're going to get a preview of Final Conflict slightly, and also see what could have happened if this triple threat had occurred at the pay-per-view. But the horns of war sound for the television champion Big Willie, who hasn't made that much of an appearance this month, of course. Pretty agitated that the general manager's not letting him do open challenges. We know he always loves to issue these open challenges out, and I'm sure he would have loved to get some more in-ring action one-on-one with John Cutter for the title, and I think he was expecting to come out here and make that open challenge tonight, but the general manager has once again said this is what you got to do and you've got to live with it. And right now the general manager seems to be in a foul mood, so I guess Big Willie just didn't want to test his luck. But the television champion, who has been the television champion for a very long time now, we're wondering when that title is going to drop. The question is though, can SaLgames be the man to make that happen? Well, SaLgames will be facing him at Final Conflict for that television championship that Big Willie has brought so much prestige to. So many people have stepped up to the plate to take it from him, including this man who failed to capture the title but has beaten Big Willie on several different occasions. It is John Cutter, the former Illinois correctional inmate, released to perform his wrestling duties, has turned his back on El Murica, his former tag team partner, and has pursued the television title for weeks now, and unfortunately hasn't been able to capture it. Almost was included in the match at Final Conflict if he could have beaten If he could have beaten SaLgames last week, I believe, but unfortunately for him, was unable to do so. And tonight, the general manager still wants to see that triple threat. It's just going to be non-title. And it gives SaLgames and Big Willie a chance to get some fighting against each other, whilst also getting to see what would have happened. And this would have been a great match, the three of them, but we all know that SaLgames earned his opportunity by repping Team Fight Night. And here he comes down to the ring. In the past, he knows what it takes to win the title. Longest reigning, I believe it was the television championship. Back in WYW in the trial era. Former television champion, most television championships won. The longest reigning television champion. He knows what it takes to hold the title when he gets it. But a final conflict, when it comes along, is going to be so tough for him. It really is going to struggle to take down the beast that is Big Willie. We see many people try and a lot more fail. But SaLgames, he's up for the task. Can he get the job done when it counts? We will have to find out soon enough. But tonight, we get a little bit of an idea of what to expect at Final Conflict, but with the added element of John Cutter, who goes straight for the TV champ. But look at that, SaLgames going straight for him, trying to get him out of the ring if he can, because he just wants to be left alone to deal with the television champion. And look at this, going straight for him here, and SaLgames takes him out to the ring. And look at this, has no interest in fighting John Cutter. It looks like he only has eyes on taking on the television champion. Oh, but look at this, military press, gut buster, almost a connoisseur of the military press. John Cutter loves that military press. And Big Willie, look at this, just making fun of them both here, just dancing on the outside and showing that cockiness that we know he has. And John Cutter's and SaLgames needs to roll out the ring, and now John Cutter, two beasts left alone in the ring while SaLgames tries to recuperate and get himself back to his feet. But John Cutter is bringing it to Big Willie. Of course, John Cutter with non-title victories against the beast of Big Willie, but unable to beat him when the title was on the line. SaLgames once again rolling out of the ring and leaving Big Willie and John Cutter to collide once more. Oh, look at this, grabs the leg, trying to snap him over, and he does. And John Cutter, we know, is capable of beating Big Willie, but he just hasn't won the title. And that's what he wants at the end of the day. He wants to be the world champ. He wants to be the television champion. And television championship has been brought so much prestige since Big Willie took the reins. Of course, second TV champion in history outside of the trial era. First title won by Travis. And of course, SaLgames was actually, I believe, a part of that match where Big Willie became the television champion. And Big Willie, of course, now has been champion since that point. I believe that match was at Warzone, if I am not mistaken. And Big Willie has held the title ever since. Long over 100-day title reign. And it's not like he hasn't been a fighting champion. He's been defending that near enough every night. Uranagi slam from Big Willie, the television champion. Trying to get ahead of steam. Hasn't been on a great form as of late, but still hasn't lost the title. And once again, SaLgames rolls out of the ring. The power of John Cutter and Big Willie just proving to be too much. But as he goes for the first cover of the match, SaLgames breaks it up. And SaLgames wisely just going to let these two fight it out. Camel clutch applied. Doesn't want it to end this way, though. Wants to walk out the victor here tonight and get some momentum. Heading into Final Conflict. Now dealing with the television champion is SaLgames. Massive crash into the corner with the clothesline. And now picking him up. Trying to get some momentum. DDT! That crushing DDT that only SaLgames, or one of SaLgames, does so well. Oh, and nearly steals it there in a 2.5 count. SaLgames with that skull-crushing DDT doesn't quite get the job done. Oh, and might have been lining up there for the running knee, but now he's got put on the shoulders. GTS! GTS to the television champion! Into the cover, but it's a rope break. And I think he'd forgotten about the fact that the rope break there, but SaLgames strikes down the TV champion with the GTS. And you got a feeling that if he can do that again at Final Conflict in a night or two's time, he is going to be the TV champion. And what a win it would be for his career And what a big loss it would be for Big Willie. And look at this, they're hyping up now. John Cutter's trying to get himself rolling in this matchup. Been trying to just take on Big Willie. He doesn't really have much beef with SaLgames, but of course SaLgames did deprive him of a chance to get into this matchup in the first place. Oh, and a massive hip attack in the corner. Oh, and a clothesline. Beautiful tag team work there from the two giants, dealing with SaLgames, who was starting to get ahead of steam. Oh, but look at that! Hitting him with a little with a cutter there. And now trying to get the cover on Cutter after the cutter on Cutter. That's a tongue twister. And only gets a 2 count off for it. And SaLgames trying to crawl back to his feet, but Big Willie dealing with both of them for the second. But now look at this, he doesn't see SaLgames behind him, who's trying to take advantage. The big strikes. And the strikes are definitely the way to wear down the monster that he is. But look at that, another Uranagi slam to get out of the corner. Now Big Willie deciding what he wants to do. He's going to go for the cover again on John Cutter, who's been down for a while here, but springs back to his feet with a 1 count. And now trying to force his way back to his feet here. Big strike. And these two just trading fists. The pure power between the two. And SaLgames wisely just letting him once again fight it out. Look at this, saying he wants nothing to do with it when these two trying to test each other's strength. And then wisely takes the advantage when one of them rolls out of the ring and the other one isn't expecting it. A 2 count only, though, for SaLgames. SaLgames playing a smart strategy, letting the two beasts fight each other, try and make it easier for himself to take him down. Of course, he did beat John Cutter last week in singles action, but this week he knows that John Cutter will be extra mad and extra ready to take him out. And now a single leg Boston Crab, and he quickly grabs the ropes to avoid further harm, but now pulling his arms up for a camel clutch, and that's not going to be a rope break. And Big Willie trying to get there to break it up, and he does. John Cutter saved by the bell there, you feel. And look at this. Now Big Willie playing to the crowd once again, because he knows that no title's not on the line tonight. I guess most people would feel relaxed, but he feels stressed. He loves to defend that title. He loves to be a fighting champion, and he always defends it when the opportunity presents itself. But look at this, telling him to suck it here. And now SaLgames and Big Willie left alone in the ring. We're going to see a little preview here of what to expect at Final Conflict. Taken to the top rope here is SaLgames. And SaLgames in trouble. We've seen this break the ring before. Big Willie crashing him down. And not enough weight on both ends there to break the ring. But into the cover. Only gets the 1 count. Oh, and John Cutter from behind, trying to sneak up on the champion. Powerbomb! Powerbomb to the television champion. Into the cover. Oh, nearly got it, but flips him over into the Boston Crab. Boston Crab, and he's not facing the ropes. And the giant taps. John Cutter makes the television champion tap and picks up the victory in this matchup. Well, that changes things. Now what is the general manager gonna do? John Cutter, I guess it would have been one thing if he'd have beaten the #1 contender, but to actually beat the champion for a 2nd time in a row, that changes a lot of things. Maybe John Cutter will find his way into this match. Well, John Cutter with a huge victory yet again, and he isn't slowing down at all. He wants this television championship. But the question is, has he just booked himself a ticket into the match at Final Conflict? Will the GM give this man one more shot? Or is it really going to be SaLgames with his chance to capture the title one-on-one? But the question is, who's walking out the TV champion at Final Conflict? We'll have to find out, but it is time for tonight's main event. Final match then, the main event and the final encounter before we will witness Final Conflict pay-per-view. And of course, tonight we've got a fatal 4-way Extreme Rules match between 4 of the participants out of the tag teams that will be facing for the tag team championships. And here's a man who has a lot to lose if he walks out the loser of the match. It is Alex Wilson of the Wolfpack. If you haven't been following until this point, Alex Wilson was a part of the Road to Glory tournament, was in the runner-up match, but was unfortunate enough not to win that victory, and it came to JW Cashman. But Alex Wilson made a surprise return to replace the injured Stephen Thomas and to help David recapture the tag team titles from the Chaos Twins. The general manager has made it clear, he made a deal with King Sam before King Sam's injuries, that if he cannot retain the tag team championships at Final Conflict, then he is fired and not welcome back in WIW. But he hasn't made it easy for him, because not only does he have to deal with the rematch clause of the tag champs, of the former tag champ, the Chaos Twins, he also has to deal with KO Oxley and Carter James, who were cashing in their Mind Games reward to be a part of the match, and JW Cashman, who's also been put in the match with a partner of his choosing to be a part of this Four Corners tag team matchup that will main event Final Conflict. Of course, the World Heavyweight Champion Max Danger, who Alex Wilson attacked at the beginning of the show, will not be in action at the pay-per-view, will get the night off at the request of the general manager. But tonight, we're going to see one member of each team participating. Alex Wilson steps up for the Wolfpack, and Tyler Chaos steps up for the Chaos Twins. Finally getting a taste of the gold. They both won at Mind Games the Fight Night Tag Team Championships, but only to lose them the next night on Fight Night, or a week later on Fight Night. It wasn't a great victory for them. They felt very upset about the fact that they lost the title straight away, and now they want them back, and they're cashing in their rematch clause at Final Conflict. I'm not sure how happy the Chaos Twins are going to be about the fact that they're having to do double duty, or how they're having to deal with other teams as well on their rematch. But they all have legitimate claims to this, and that's especially true for JW Cashman. He isn't cashing in a rematch clause or a Mind Games prize, but he is cashing in on the fact that he won the Road to Glory tournament. This is the man who beat Alex Wilson for this WIW contract, and yet he is very upset because it is Alex Wilson who's walked out with the title first, while this man is the only eligible fighter out of the two. Well, of course, he hasn't told us who his partner is yet. We still don't have a clue who his partner's going to be, and I guess we will find out at Final Conflict who JW Cashman has chosen to be his tag team partner for this Four Corners elimination tag team match. It's going to be quite a chaotic match. Of course, quite an experimental match as well. We've never done it before, and we need to see how it goes. But these four teams will all be ready to go. And JW Cashman stepping in-ring action tonight. Of course, he has more than enough problems for Alex Wilson, but he needs to keep focused, because this could be his first piece of silverware if he plays his cards correctly. And the final man down to the ring, we've had one half of the Chaos Twins, one half of the Wolfpack, one half of Cashman and his mystery opponent, his mystery partner. But now it's one half of the Fight Night team captains making his way down to the ring, and it is Carter James that has chosen to step up, repping KO Oxley and Carter James here tonight. These two have been a fantastic team together since debuting against each other, and then going on to form their alliance, from where they have beaten multiple tag teams, including the Wolfpack. They have beaten the best of the best, and now, after Mind Games winning for Team Fight Night, they earned a prize for a title match of theirs when they want to, but they didn't want to wait. They wanted to cash in what's going to be probably one of the biggest tag team matches in history, and they wanted to get involved. It was supposed to be a triple threat once they had cashed in. They weren't expecting Cashman to be included, but they are ready for anything, and they are ready to prove it as well. Can KO Oxley and Carter James capture their tag team championship opportunity when it arises to them? But we get to see 4 of the 8 men in ring action tonight. Bell rings, and away we go. Look at this, Alex Wilson going straight in here. And he's wearing his red gear here tonight, Alex Wilson. Not wearing the Wolfpack gear, maybe saving that for the pay-per-view. And of course, Alex Wilson, announced as a member of the Wolfpack by King Sam himself, who have made it clear that he was the ringleader in bringing him back. And look at this, no surprise to see Alex Wilson and JW Cashman going straight for each other. These two with a little bit of a history with each other, and with that comes the natural hatred that they would both have for each other. Of course, Alex Wilson losing out on a chance to be a WIW superstar because of Cashman. Cashman not getting a title shot before Alex Wilson, even though Alex Wilson wasn't a member of the brand. Meanwhile, Carter James and Tyler Chaos battling on the outside, and Carter James wasting no time to use the announce table, the barricade, the steel steps, because it is Extreme Rules. He's allowed to use all of it. Hasn't used it as a weapon yet. It is Extreme Rules, so no count out, no disqualification. Only rule, the count must occur inside the ring, which is right now giving Alex Wilson the advantage in this matchup. And Alex Wilson doing his best here to take out Cashman. Cashman's not giving up easy, though. Meanwhile, Tyler Chaos beating down Carter James on the outside. And is he going to come into the inside here? No. Chaos twin fashion, ready to cause some chaos. And they're picking up the first weapon of the match. What's he brought? A ladder? The first weapon of the match is a ladder. Went to use it, but Carter James didn't let him. Takes it from him and connects with the ladder himself. And Cashman and Wilson not even interested in anything that's going on the outside. Dealing with what's going on. Dealing with each other right now. And now look at this. Looking for a diving moonsault, connects. And I think the referee stopped the count there after Alex Wilson interrupted by connecting with him there. And there's a beautiful little springboard. And Alex Wilson putting on a great show here against Cashman. He didn't even come close to doing this much damage to him in their match at a few pay-per-views back. I can't even remember what the pay-per-view was now. So many pay-per-views have happened between here and now. And now there's a clothesline. I went for the clothesline. Tyler Chaos couldn't do it. Now Tyler Chaos has Cashman set up in one corner and Tyler Chaos set up in the other. He chose which one he wanted to do the super kick on, and he's gone for Tyler and connects with the super kick. Oh, but Wilson almost attacked there by Cashman. Didn't let it happen, but Cashman is on the prowl. But Cashman just can't seem to get the better of him right now. And now picking him up. Looking for an air raid siren. Neck breaker. Connects with it. And Alex Wilson clearly getting the better of Cashman, who rolls out the ring. Carter James now back into the ring. And Alex Wilson going on the going after him right now. And oh, and look at that. It's taking him down on the knee with another neck breaker. And now lining up here. Maybe looking to wrap it up with the flip over DDT. Tyler Chaos is down. Cashman is slowly getting back to his feet. Oh, but he doesn't connect anyway. Sidestepped here by Carter James. And now Carter James looking for the neck breaker, connects. Meanwhile, Cashman just stunning Tyler Chaos off the ropes and then connecting with a standing moonsault. And now taken outside the ring here, Alex Wilson by Carter James, who is taking full advantage of the Extreme Rules conditions here. Meanwhile, Tyler Chaos going to deal with the already hurt JW Cashman inside the ring. Tyler Chaos taking full advantage of the the beatdown that has been given to Cashman by Alex Wilson. Armbar applied, trying to wrap up the match here. But Cashman able to just slip out of there and land some shots on the way out to Tyler Chaos. Tyler not letting any momentum go towards the champ here. But now look at this. Submission hold applied, and it's the ankle lock in the middle of the ring, and Tyler Chaos takes full advantage of what Alex Wilson gave to him. Tyler Chaos picks up the win for the Chaos Twins, heading in to this big match at the pay-per-view. And you can see here, the weapons were used on the outside, but inside the ring, everything was wrapped up by the Chaos Twins, and it's Tyler Chaos representing his team well here tonight and winning with the ankle lock submission. But the question is, can he do this again at the pay-per-view and recapture the titles and him and his brother become two-time tag team champions? Or will KO Oxley and Carter James pick up the momentum and become the new tag team champions on Fight Night? Who will JW Cashman's mystery partner be, and will that be enough for them to get the job done? Or will the Wolfpack retain and Alex Wilson keep his job? So many questions leading up to Final Conflict, but that's going to wrap up tonight's show. I hope you guys enjoyed this go-home show to Final Conflict. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you guys at Final Conflict. Peace!